One of the stars of AirVenture 2016 is so big.
How big is it? As Paul Moses tells us, the Martin Mars is so big it dwarfs everything else out at the seaplane base this year.
It has an imposing presence, even moored 700 yards offshore at the seaplane base here in Oshkosh. John Knapp has been coming here for 39 years, and he's never seen anything like it.
This is the top dog. Nothing's going to beat this one this year. I mean, when you look at that thing, that's a 747. It's a big plane.
One of only 6 ever built, this Martin Mars was originally a World War II troop and equipment transport, and even a hospital for the U.S. Navy. Except for Howard Hughes' Spruce Goose, it's the largest flying boat on the planet. Today, it's really the only one flying with any regularity. Like many warbirds, the Hawaii Mars, as it's known, had a second life. One of 2 owned by Wayne Coulson. This flying tanker is an airborne water bomber that can deliver more than 7,000 gallons of water to a fire scene in a matter of seconds.
It was a sight. It was a real sight. And you got to think, that's only like an eighth of a load. Imagine if they went and did the real thing.
Keeping a huge flying boat like this airworthy is not an inexpensive endeavor. It doesn't get called on for firefighting missions as much anymore, and those huge Wright Cyclone 350 engines eat up a lot of money in maintenance.
The Hawaii has had about $1 million overhaul inside of it. It's a bit shinier, it has a glass cockpit, and it has an updated navigation system.
It's a behemoth that is turning a lot of heads, with many paying up to $150 to be boated out to it for an up-close and personal look. The 4-person crew includes a pilot, a co-pilot, and 2 engineers who've been a bit overwhelmed by the response. They expected to take 45 people aboard daily, but it's been more like a couple hundred.
Because the aircraft's big enough, you can start a party at the front and have the other party at the back, and they won't see each other. So, you know, there's 2 floors to it.
It's amazing. You know, I had read about it, seen pictures of it, but until you actually see it, it's just awesome. And then to watch it drop live, that was really cool.
I guess you could say Chad Hesterman and his 8-year-old son, Zach, orbited Mars. Well, they flew over it, at least, in a Ford tri-motor. Next year, they're coming back in a Vans RV they're building together. So what do you think of this, Zach? I mean, what do you think of the big Martin Mars out here?
Awesome.
You want to fly one like that one day?
Maybe.
You'll just start with your dad's plane, though, right? Mm-hmm. That's the most cost-effective way to fly. So, what are the fuel costs for this beast?
You know, if you go and buy a Rolls Royce, you don't ask what the mileage is. Same idea. Exactly. Right. It does burn a bunch of fuel.
At the AirVenture seaplane base, Paul Moses, AOPA Live.